Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Telegraph Herald. More in the Score, presented by Dubuque Bank and Trust. Settle down. And Dubuque Auto Plaza. Now, thank you. It's two sponsors.
Doing pretty good.
Doing well. Thanks a lot for that. So, we're off and running. Another beautiful episode of More in the Score. We're going to dive right in. We got all kinds of football and baseball and all kinds of good stuff to talk about. So let's get right into it with football. Exciting news around this area right now. Darlington native Alex Erickson is making some noise for the Cincinnati Bengals here in the preseason. Tim, I know you and I have both covered him, you as well, when he was with the Wisconsin Badgers. Is this surprising at all to you?
Yeah, he worked his way up as a walk-on at Wisconsin, showed he could handle it on special teams, strong work ethic, and became really a star receiver for the Badgers, was their #1 guy his senior year. So not surprised at all, really rooting for him, hoping he can continue to survive the rounds of cuts and do what he has to do to make it to the active game day roster.
Sure. Now, he's made one round of cuts, but he hasn't made the final round, right?
Right. They're just down to the 75-man roster. They still got to get down to, I believe it's 53 or 55. So, you know, there's more cuts to come. Those will come after the final preseason game. That's when you're going to know for real if Erickson has made the cut or if maybe he's looking at a practice squad somewhere else or looking at another chance somewhere else.
Yeah, he's been proving a lot. He's scored a couple touchdowns here in the preseason. Has shown a lot of playmaking ability, returning kicks and punts. And the thing is he's been a dual threat at quarterback since he was at Darlington. Showed a lot of playmaking ability there, continuing when he was at Wisconsin. Now, I don't know if you know this, Tebow, but Tebow, that's his nickname. Tim Tebow. Let's try to keep it professional around here. Anyway, Tim, I don't know if you know this, but we've been covering this guy for quite a while.
I believe I did know that, actually.
Yes. We're not hopping on the bandwagon around here at the TH. One of our producers, can you pull up the graphic, please? Just pull it up. Yeah, okay, all right, there it is. Anyways, yeah, so there it is. Right there, you can see a genius of a reporter wrote this really nice story all the way back in 2010. You can't even find this in the archives, buddy. This is over 6 years ago. Couldn't pull this out from the morgue. Right from TH Online, still on there. Look at that thing. He said, he's the Peyton Manning of the SWAC Conference.
Did that hurt for you to write that?
No, not at all. I can admit that he's a good quarterback, Alex Erickson. And but obviously you can see in some of the paragraphs there, he was such a huge part of the success for Darlington, and that success has continued, and now he's in the NFL and having a great run, and hopefully he's got a good chance to make the Cincinnati Bengals roster. So we'll continue to follow that here on More in the Score. And now moving on, college football.
Boy,
Just football galore this episode. More to talk about.
It seemed like it was taking forever for football to finally get here. And, you know, we got some teases last week and the week before with the high school football season. Now we get college football. Next week we get the NFL. So I'm really starting to get into full swing here.
Sure. From a local level, we've got University of Dubuque and Loras College. They'll both be at home this Saturday in their openers. And UW-Platteville will be on the road on the West Coast. But looking at Division I, Iowa Hawkeyes, a lot of excited fans. Had a great run last year to the Rose Bowl. Riley McCarron from Dubuque on the roster, top the depth chart. Talk a little bit about the Hawkeyes as they get ready for their season opener on Saturday at Kinnick.
Well, the Hawkeyes open at 2:30 on Saturday against Miami of Ohio. Fans may remember that as the alma mater of Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. McCarron's not the only Dubuque kid who's likely to get playing time in that game. Lucas LeGrand is listed at #2 on the depth charts along the offensive line, so he's likely to get a chance if the Hawkeyes can, build a big lead in that one and get some reserve guys in. So I know after a 12-0 regular season last year, the Hawkeyes are really focused on trying to do that again, get back to the Big Ten championship game, win it this time, and if not, get into the college football playoff, get to the Rose Bowl again, win that, and really end the season with a much more positive feeling than last year's ended.
Yep, and some other good in-state action this Saturday as well, as Iowa State will be hosting Northern Iowa. Just the tip of the iceberg on the college football season. We're going to be talking about it for a few months now. So it's going to be exciting as we follow college football, D1 and here locally at the D3 level. That's going to wrap it up for college football. Let's keep moving along. We just got to keep going. We got too much to talk about.
Keep plugging away.
Keep plugging away. Let's move right on over to the prep football side of things. Iowa, Illinois got things kicked off last week. Before we head into this week, does anything stand out to you from last week week one? Any surprises, any performances that really stand out?
You know, Hempstead looked really good, like we thought. Western Dubuque was really able to throw the ball really well last week against Wahlert. You know, really kind of thought they would lean on the run, but they had a second-year quarterback in Dylan Gatto, and he really threw the ball very well, 20-24 passes. So that was really nice. You know, other than that.
Well, I'm going to chime in with Cascade. They were very impressive at home against Maquoketa. This team, for the past few seasons, has really been keen on the spread offense, throwing the ball many times in a game. Complete polar opposite here this year. They open up the season. They run for 404 rushing yards against Maquoketa, Austin Lawrence, and behind a veteran offensive line. And the Cougars, Shaylin Strub as well, another great running back. They really pounded the ball and had an impressive performance. So that's a veteran Cascade team coming back looking to do some things, and they got off to a great start. Now, as we shift gears to this Friday night, we got a couple of great local matchups. We'll start on your end. Dubuque Wahlert and Dubuque Senior, both teams kind of struggled week one. They're going to be looking to bounce back and have a big win here this week.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Wahlert lost to Western Dubuque. That one was 24-3. Got a field goal on the opening drive, intercepted Western Dubuque on its opening drive. Just unfortunately couldn't get anything going after that. Western Dubuque scored the final 24 points. They're looking to get going against the senior team that last week lost to a very talented, very athletic Waterloo West team, 37-7. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell what those games were, if it's exposing team's weakness or the other team was just really, really good. In the case of senior, Waterloo West is a very talented team, so I don't know how much really you can gain from just looking at those stats. Senior Wahlert, you know, you throw out those stats because these kids have known each other for years, and it's one of those really big rivalry games that everybody shows up for. So that should be a really exciting one. And boy, I don't even know who I'm going to pick yet.
All right, we'll be sure to be checking out the Telegraph Herald on Friday to see all of our picks. On my side of things, I'm going to be going to another great local matchup. County rivalry as Dyersville-Beckman visits Western Dubuque. You just mentioned the Bobcats had a great win last week. Trailblazers as well. They went up to Guttenberg. Clayton Ridge picked up a 28-14 victory. And the Eagles have a very strong offense. And Beckman held the 7 points through the third quarter. Really looked strong. The Trailblazers' new quarterback this year, in his first start, Joel Vasky, threw a couple of touchdown passes, looked real nice. So I think it's going to be a great matchup up in Epworth on Friday night. I don't really know who I'm going to pick in that one either.
Wow, we got some thinking to do.
We got our work cut out for us.
Well, another one that's going to be tough is Hempstead's on the road at Waterloo West against that Waterloo West team we talked about. So a couple of 1-0 teams. You know, that should be a really good game.
You know, our job's tough.
It really is.
No one really, you know, yeah, we get to go cover sports and, you know, we make a and it's but anyways, yeah, let's move on. Enough talking about football. Let's talk about celebrity softball game.
Celebrity softball
Team of Dreams.
Going to be a whole bunch of Hall of Famers out at the Field of Dreams this weekend for the Team of Dreams event. Should be a lot of fun. You know, a lot of the guys out there are names of guys you've heard of. Fergie Jenkins, Reggie Jackson, Johnny Bench, Lee Smith, Tim O'Neill. I mean, he may be the biggest name of all of them.
Celebrity softball game, Tim O'Neill is going to be there. That's right, a Telegraph Herald reporter. Ranks right up there with some of baseball's greats. So get out there and check it out. That's at the Field of Dreams on Sunday. What time does the game start?
7:30.
Good thing you know. You got to be there.
Got to be there.
All right, that should be interesting to see Tim look to put one in the cornfield. Think you can do it?
I'm going to put one into the cornfield. No, I'm not.
We'll see if you can keep up. So all kinds of exciting action going on here as we really start to dive into the fall. You can follow it all on our Twitter feed at TH Sports Feed, as well as our new Telegraph Herald Facebook page at Telegraph Herald Sports. Make sure you get that graphic right there, Paul. Yeah! Oh my God! I pulled a hammy, Tim.
All right.
I pulled a hammy, Tim. You finish it.
Well, make sure to check out our live stream on Friday night with the Wahlert Senior Football game at thonline.com/live. Thanks again to our sponsors, Dubuque Bank and Trust and Dubuque Auto Plaza. We'll see you next week.
Somebody help. Tim, stretch me out. Come on.